right, welcome back everybody to the Bass Pro Technology BAM Trail, brought to you by Tackle Warehouse, StoreQuest Self Storage, Black Bear Diner, Okuma Rods and Reels, and so many other great sponsors like Power Pole, like Tackle Warehouse, Fisherman's Warehouse, Top Fish, Anderson of Toyota. When we go down to the desert, they always come out for us. And that's right, we're right here in beautiful Tri-Cities. Let's see, Kennewick, Washington helped us out a bunch, got us up here. Really enjoy them coming out. Richland, where we're standing right this second, did a great job. Pasco out there, Washington, did a wonderful job having us up here. We're so glad to be in the three cities. But right now, we got things to do. It is absolutely cut day. That means we're going to go from 65 anglers down to 10 tomorrow for Championship Sunday. So let's start this thing off. And Sue, who's going on to Championship Sunday? Let's start with our Woodland, Washington angler. Bring him on up, everybody. Mr. Cameron Black. All right, Cameron. 1744 yesterday, it says. We're going to see what that bag does right there on here. Were you shooting for keepers? How many keepers do you have today?
19 again.
19 again. All right, great job. That scale's going to turn on and it's going to say, man, Mr. Consistency, 1715, everybody. Reach in that bag, hold up a couple fish real quick. That's going to give you 34 overall with 38 keepers. He's sitting pretty right this second. But there are 64 other anglers that are going to have something to say about you standing up here right now. Come on over real quick. 34, 34, 38. Which one were you hoping is going to hold out the most?
Kind of hoping for some weight, but I don't. It ain't going to be enough. But it was a good show, and it was a good run. Got a fish in the wind and caught a bunch of fish. So,
did you have fun fishing up here with us and all that? I mean, you're a Super 60 angler. You were one of the top in the entire nation right now. You realize that, right?
Yeah. No, I was a blast. I was super happy to see this place on the schedule, of course, for this year because I love smallmouth fishing, just like a lot of my buddies back there do. So, yeah, and obviously really exciting, and we'll have to go down and see what's going on in Don Pedro here in a couple weeks.
Couple months, but I'll tell you what, this is cut day, and you got anything you want to say to anybody at home, because just in case you don't make that cut.
No, I really want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors, Okuma Fishing. They've been with me for about 10, 15 years. I don't even know. They got a lot of exciting stuff in the bass side coming out. I mean, they've just been continuing to evolve, and yeah, they've been a great sponsor. And then of course also Fish USA, my boys and my family at Addicted Fishing, and then of course first and foremost my family at home and my wife Alexis, because I mean, without her, there's no way I could do any of this. So.
All right, Alexis, thank you very much for letting him play with us up here on the stage, man. We'll have a good time. We'll see you at the next one. All right, our next angler coming out of Melba, Idaho. Let's bring up Mr. Josh Pulfer. Josh, welcome back up to the stage, man. $13.95 yesterday. How many keepers did you get today? 2. You got 2 today. Uh-oh. It's not looking great, but let's see what they weigh anyways. Just in case, I mean, they may weigh like 30 pounds, you know? Yeah. He's got 2 15-pounders in there. He does not. He's got 342 for 2 fish. You want to hold those up real quick? Okay, he's going to set them off right there. Josh, now I'm not making any predictions or anything, but you might want to talk to some sponsors and give some thanks to people. You might not have made it past cut day today.
Yeah, I stumbled big time. It's probably the last 2 days have been the toughest 2 days I've ever had on this body of water. I don't know what I did wrong, but it just wasn't my time. So makes you appreciate the good days. Just want to thank everybody, all my friends, family, sponsors, BAM, all you guys for everything you guys do. So looking forward to the next event.
All right, man. First and foremost, thank you for coming out and fishing with us. You're a Super 60 angler. It means you're one of the best in the world. But head to the left right there. All right, our next angler coming out of Pasco, Washington, Mr. Justin Campbell. All right, Justin. 1981 yesterday. How many did you have today?
Only had 8.
Had 8 keepers today. Mark was over there saying, though, that bag right there might be something that shakes this whole thing up. He wasn't lying. Everybody, 2286 right there.
Good job.
He's going to reach in that bag. He's going to hold up two. He's going to have this gentleman right here reach into that bag and hold up two. Let's see what the Columbia River's been putting out. Wow. Check out these smallies, everybody. Give it up right there. Weigh that big fish up, see where that thing's going to go. The crowd wants to see it. $42.67 overall with 28 keepers. Currently, that puts him in first place. He lays that big fish on the scale. It must be tough to pick between, 2 5 and 6 pounders right there. He picked one up. He put it on the scale. Mikey rang it up, and that big fish goes 566, everyone. That is a great big fish. It doesn't quite knock Ish's 628 off, but you know what? That's a really good smallmouth right there. Will you grab those and take those off there real quick, and I will talk to this man real quick. Justin, you're sitting here with 42.67. You just took over the lead. You got 28 keepers. You might be here tomorrow. It's looking pretty good. You feeling it?
I'm feeling it actually now. 42 pounds in end of July should get you there.
42 pounds end of July should get you there. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to bring up the next thing because I have a feeling I'm going to see you tomorrow and you'll have a lot to say then. Head off to the left right there. Great job out there, my friend. Then go to the back of the line, Rich. All right, our next angler coming up out of Selma, California. Let's bring him on, Mr. Craig Gong. All right, Craig. Now, Craig, we're going to weigh these fish. Yesterday, you had 564. You had a few little problems. That prop looked good to me. I don't know why you wouldn't run it, but whatever. You had 7 keepers yesterday. How many did you have today?
I had 7 total.
You had 7 total. That's it? Oh, okay, for the tournament. 1367 is what puts on the scale today. Reach in and grab a couple of those. Let's get some pictures real quick. And before you leave, we got something at least to help out. Great job, man. Good looking fish. Toss those back. You want to weigh it? Nope. Okay.
You want to weigh it?
You want to weigh it?
Is there,
It's
is there one a day? No.
628. What do you want one a day? Big fish? There's 2 big fish? One day, one big fish. Just one for the big. That's the third. All right, well, here's the thing. Yesterday, you had to go out and you had to get yourself a little bit of, extra stuff, had to spend some money to get that. So Mark's going to do this. You were the name that I picked out of that cup right there, and you get an extra $250 for supporting Lulu, for supporting Perch, for supporting Three Rivers Tackle. We really do appreciate that 100%. There's the camera picture for it. Now, Craig, let's talk about this, because unfortunately, my friend, with the issues you had yesterday, you're not going to quite make that cut. You know that one. It was a long drive up here. You got something to do. And did you at least have fun? I mean, you're a Super 60 anglers. I can say it all I want. You guys are some of the best in the entire world. You're up here fishing. How was the fishing out there for you, other than the incident?
Fishing was good. My morning started off well. I had 2 3-pounders. Struggled after that, and I really struggled after I had boat issues. But went out this morning. I had several opportunities and watched them jump off. But that's smallmouth fishing, and I'm glad to have 1 5-pounder. Had a good time. Great facility, beautiful, nice restaurants. Three Rivers Tackle is amazing. You guys put on a great show. I appreciate the help with my boat. Yeah, it was, even with the mishaps, it was a great trip.
It always takes help to get up on here and to do this at the level you're doing it at, especially. You want to thank any of your sponsors at home, and definitely anybody at home that's kind of sitting there holding down the fort?
Yeah, Bonner Lacefield Marine, I'm going to be leaning on them pretty hard once I get home. 559 Fresno Bait and Tackle, Freeway Toyota of Hanford, Spear Point hooks. Even though I had some jump off, they weren't on Spear Point hooks. I just want everybody to know that. My parents, girlfriend Paula, thank you guys. There was a lot going on at home while I was gone. Appreciate you guys for all you do.
All right, man. Great job out there. Thanks again.
Thanks for pulling my name.
Absolutely, man.
Thanks.
All right, Craig. Great job out there. I will always say it. These guys, it says Super 60 on there for a reason. They are some of the best in the nation. They are fishing in some of the toughest waters, and they are right here on the West Coast. We're doing this thing. And let's bring up our next one. He said he wanted to go to the back. I guess he's okay to follow, Craig Gong in there. He's back. You ready again now? He's out of Puyallup, Washington. Let's bring up Mr. Rich Kraft, everybody. Rich went over to Brownlee, did a great job, got himself a win. He comes up here. Let's see if you can get close to it. You had 17.43 yesterday, 24 keepers. How many did you have today?
7.
He had 7 keepers today to go with that. He's going to drop. Good consistency right there. 16.85 on the scales, everybody. He's going to reach into that bag. He's going to get punched around a little bit by Mikey right there. Don't mess with that man's scales. He works with hardened criminals all day long like they're nothing. He can take you, Rich. Great job out there, man. Those are some good-looking fish. All right, Rich, you got 34.28 right now. Not sure where that's going to put you. Right now, it puts you in 3rd. But there's some pretty good anglers standing right behind you right there. And he closes the scales, everybody. Just so you can be there. So what do you think, man? Do you think I can be here tomorrow?
No, I weighed enough to go home early. The kick to the stomach is I lost like a 6.5 pounder right next to the boat today. I caught an 11-pound walleye yesterday, and I thought it was a smallmouth. And then today I hooked in that big smallmouth, and I thought it was a walleye, and it rolled next to the boat, and the hook came out. So Jason Crone got to witness that. It was a big kick to the stomach, but overcame it and got that 5-pounder that just held up, so it kind of made it feel a little bit better. But fun tournament. I love smallmouth fishing. Decent year because we're all going to smallmouth lakes. So next year, I say we go to all smallmouth lakes again. It benefits me, so I appreciate that. I got to thank, Willie's helped out a lot of guys this week, so definitely thank Willie at Nixon Marine. If you guys need anything repaired while you're here, he'll take your shirt off for you. They do an awesome job at Nixon's. Got to thank Toyota Puyallup. My wife's car broke down when I was here, so she took it in the shop, and they gave her a loaner until I get back, and I think I had to buy her a new car with that Brownlee money. So, all my sponsors, everybody at GSM, Matt at the Live Fishing, Boat Drip. So we can't do this without sponsorships, and it's more than just the free baits. It's hopefully you can get a check here and there from Mark if he's not being stingy.
Well, I'll tell you what. I said to everybody, well, you said it, then I reaffirmed it, then I just went ahead and ran with it. Said you were going to win this thing. Unfortunately, my friend, I don't think you're right there for it, but you know what? You did a great job out there. You did a great job at Brownlee. You came back over here. Let's hope that it holds out and everybody else just falls back there. But I don't know.
I hope I just get a check. Last one, 21st? Is that last name? Yeah. All right, we'll shoot for that.
21st is what you're looking for. Hold on to that one. Cross your fingers. Head off the left right there. Sure. All right, our next angler coming out of Escondido, California, Mr. Tom Leadham. Come on up here, Tom. All right, Tom, yesterday you had 15.26, 33 keepers. How many you got overall today?
9 today.
9 today. All right, Tom, let's see what that scale is going to say. 15.26 yesterday. Good bag today. 17.43. Good job reaching that bag. Hold up a couple fish real quick. All right, Tom, that puts you in 7th overall right now with 32.69.
Largemouth.
Great job. All right, Tom, I also have this big thing that just pops up on my screen. That means that Tom has just won the Tackle Warehouse gift card right there. Let's hold that thing right there. $500 to spend at Tackle Warehouse. I'm guessing he's going to figure out how to do that. That's the one that'll actually spend right there. We'll click this back over. You're sitting 7th right now. There's a few anglers back there. You got 32.69. How's he feeling for tomorrow?
It ain't gonna happen. I needed keepers today. The wind pushed everything off. I just started over from scratch today and was lucky to have what I have. So it was a good day of fishing. I got to experience the lake and the wind. And this place is notorious for the wind, and we got to see it.
All right, man. Well, thanks you for being up here with us. You're still one of our greatest anglers. We're going to head off to the left right there. We'll see you at our next event. Thank you very much. righty, Thomas. Here we go. All right, our next angler coming out of Bakersfield, California, Mr. Kenneth Cleveland. Come on up here, Kenneth. All right, Ken, yesterday you had 1479, 17 keepers. How many did you have today? 17 is your total keepers for the weekend. All right. We're looking for about 30 pounds in that bag right there, my friend. We're going to get 1086. Didn't quite have the weekend you were looking for. Reaching that bag, hold up a couple fish real quick. You go. Send them off to the left right there. Let's say a little thanks real quick.
Yep, thanks to everybody that helps me. Just drove the struggle bus today. So I love fishing the Columbia River. This bull Boardman, this will for sure be the worst I've ever done on this body of water. So go home and figure out what went wrong. Honestly, at this point, I don't really know. Like Josh was saying, it's just very weird. But thank you guys. Thank everybody that helps me. And Callie, Drew, I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon when I get home.
All right, Ken. Thanks again, buddy. We'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler. Get ready back there, everybody. Let's get loud and rowdy for this man right here in Pasco, Washington, Mr. Ty Manarola. Now, Ty, I'm not saying you bring all the people with you, but you bring all the people with you. It's a great job out there. 15, 14 yesterday, 42 keepers for the total this weekend. I believe that's how it's rolling. 15, 14 yesterday, 1857 today.
Good job.
That is going to put you in 7th place overall. Work Tom down a little bit right there. 33.71 overall. All right, Ty, now here's the deal. 33.71, you're sitting at 7th overall. Right now on weight, 1, 2, 3, 4th. 5 is all going to go on weight. You got 42 keepers right now. That puts you not on that board right there for keepers. What's going on, man? You might want to say some things.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. I think I'm probably going to end up maybe right outside of it, but I do have a small chance with double qualifiers and stuff, so we will see. But I got a huge crowd. Awesome that they're here. They came yesterday too. Thank you to everybody who came. Paisley's sick again. I swear, like when I have a tournament, she just gets a cold. So she's at home running a fever. So hi to her and Alyssa. All my sponsors, especially Greater Bay and Block 1 for getting me out here. Nixon's Marine, they help everybody out when you guys are in town. And Willie's always available, always takes the phone and helps anybody out he can. So really appreciate them. Appreciate BAM, and hopefully we squeak in there because it'd be really cool. I saved a region of the river that I want to go fish really bad for weight. My plan was to go for keepers, and I did what I could. We'll see how it shakes out, but happy to get a check nonetheless. I'm pretty sure I'll get that, but hoping to slide in that top 10.
All right, Ty, let's hope you make that thing. I know you get up here and you can get this thing done. If you can, it could be good for you tomorrow. All right, man. Hopefully we'll see you out there tomorrow. Great job. Our next angler coming out of Sun City, Arizona, Mr. Dylan Maxon. Come on up here, Dylan. All right, Dylan, yesterday you had 14.08. You had 15 keepers overall for the weekend. Let's see what that thing right there is going to say. That scale's going to need to say something big. 14.08. We're looking for over 18.61. We're going to have 13.50. You're not going to quite beat it. Got to reach in that bag. Hold up a couple fish real quick. They all got to ride around in your boat for a day. They all want a picture. Great job, man. They look good. Around some good fish. You had some things going on. Unfortunately, you're not going to quite make the cut for tomorrow. Cut day kind of got you on that one, but you know what? Talk to some people and give some thanks, man.
Yeah, main thing, my grandpa here, he's from Lincoln, Nebraska, so glad to have him. Wow. My kids at home, Averly, Lakeland, and Bodie, and my wife Courtney for watching them while I'm gone and dealing with the big move and all that. So, main thing is my sponsors, though. I couldn't do it without them. Signature Gates, Kevin Finley, Suzuki Law Offices, and Volta Batteries on a windy day like today. They were flawless, never even had to think about them. So.
Great job, and congratulations on making it all the way out here from Lincoln, Nebraska. Awesome right there. But hey, you know what? Can't get them all the time. Great job out there, man. We'll see you at the next one. Head off the left. All right, our next angler coming up here from Spokane Valley, Washington, Mr. Jake Boomer. All right, Jake, 1631 yesterday, 26 keepers overall for the week. You're going to need 1638 is what it's saying right there. You're going to be a little shy with 1337 right now. You're going to be down just a little bit before lower than what you want to be. He's not going to take the pictures today. He says, you know what? Let's talk about real quick, give some thanks and love out there.
Yeah, don't need to talk about the tournament. My year continues. But I do want to say George is here from Boardman, and I know George doesn't want me to hear this, but I'm super grateful for Tri-Cities. Any of you guys that would know the tourism board, I'm super grateful you guys having us here because this is one of my favorite places in the whole world. So I know George wants us to go back to Boardman, so I kind of like a little bit of competition. But thank you guys. This is one of the coolest places in the world. Thanks to BAM. I would thank my girls and my wife, but they're not even watching. They went to the lake without me. So I do want to thank Limonot Marine. They just take really good care of me, and I break a lot of stuff. So thank you. Thanks for coming, everybody, too.
I wish we could turn the cameras around right now. We've got signs up over here that are talking about Jake Boomer right there. Those two gentlemen came up here. Relations, friends?
Illegitimate children.
I like it. Good job. See you, Jake. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail, brought to you by Tackle Warehouse, Mercury Marine, Vexus Boats, Black Bear Diner, Tackle Warehouse, Fisherman's Warehouse, Oakley of that. And you know what? We had some great help up here. Three Rivers Tackle, they came out. They did some stuff for us. You know what they did? One of the hottest baits in the entire world right now. It's sweeping the nation. The little quirky baits out there, the urchins, call them what you want. Set a bunch aside for us, and you know what? I think they sold out of them because these guys just had to have them, and now they do. Thank you very much, Three Rivers Tackle. We love it. We appreciate it. And you know what? They also helped us give away $250 today. And you know what? Craig Gong got that, and he needed it because he blew up a prop. Had to come out of pocket on that one. But let's bring up one of our next anglers. He's coming all the way up from Angels Camp, California. Give it up, everybody, for Hayden Lee. All right, Hayden, yesterday you had a little bit of a stumble. You had 681. You're going to need a pretty good sized bag right there. It's going to have to be somewhere in that 25 to 26 pound range. It was a good move you put on it right there. How many keepers did you have? 5 keepers. That'll give you 7 overall. And today he dropped, what did he drop on the scale? There he goes right there.
1449.
1449, everybody. 2130. Do you need another picture? You want me to have him hold some more up? All right, Hayden, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about it. It looks like you're going to be a touch shy for tomorrow, making the cut. Not quite there, but you know what? You're still one of the best in the world, man. You're up here on this big stage right now. Let's talk a little bit about it and give some love.
Yeah, it's been kind of tough getting the puzzle pieces put together the last few tournaments. It feels like these guys move quick, and I've been taking a little too long to figure it out, but it's all right. I'm excited to get home to the family. Thanks to all my family for all the support. I miss you boys, Cooper and Warner. I'll be home soon.
All right, Hayden, great job out there, man. Thanks a lot. We will see you at our next event. All right, our next angler coming out of Rogue River, Oregon, Mr. Colby Pearson. All right, Colby. No stranger to that body of water out there. I don't know how much you fish this pool, but you've done pretty good on some of these other ones. You had 1668 yesterday, 48 keepers overall for the weekend. Today you're going to drop 1568 on the scale right there. Reach into that bag, hold up a couple fish, let's get some pictures. 32-36 overall, going to put him in 4th place. Well, it's going to put him in 3rd place for on weight side. And 2nd place right now for keeper count. So Colby, you're sitting pretty good, man. You might be there tomorrow. You want to say anything real quick, or are you just going to say, you know what, I'm going to be here tomorrow?
I am planning on fishing tomorrow at this rate. The keeper.
This tournament?
Yeah. Well, either way, but yeah, the tournament tomorrow. The keeper count thing's pretty accurate. I really like the new platform, so we can, come in and it's not as much guesswork. Yeah, I can't wait to get out there tomorrow if I make it. The win today really was that threw a wrench in everybody's plans, I'm sure. But yeah, fingers crossed, and shout out to Work Sharp, Wood Brothers Carpet and Flooring Discount Tackle for getting me up here, and everybody watching back at home.
All right, Colby, we'll hope to see you tomorrow. They may come in with a bunch of weight, but you know what? You're looking pretty darn good right now, man. Head off the left. See you in the morning, I'm sure. All right, our next angler coming out of Brentwood, California, Mr. T-Man Tyler Madden, everybody. All right, Tyler. I heard one person over there clapping, man. You got to bring more people when you come, dude. All right, 1086 yesterday, 13 yet for the keeper count overall. You're going to need a lot more on keeper count. He'll hopefully going for weight. He's going to need 21-something pounds. He's going to have 562. Reaching that bag, hold up a couple fish. You want to pass on that one today? He'll got some fish right there. He's got a decent one. They rode around in your boat all day long. They deserve to at least be Facebook famous for a minute. Great job, man. All right, Tyler. Unfortunately, man, you know what this means. Cut day got you. You're not going to be here tomorrow. Talk a little bit about it and give some thanks, man.
Yeah, it was a tough week for me. I never really figured it out. I caught 11 the first day and tried to catch double that today and only caught 3. So, I mean, just super excited to be up here and, you know, just get the fish into the tournament. Excited to get back to Pedro. Couldn't do this without all my sponsors, Rain Shadow, G-Rap, P-Line, Tidal. Just everyone supports me. My dad helping me get to all these tournaments from Texas. And then my girlfriend watching back home.
All right, man. Great job out there. You're always, you know what? You're here. You didn't quite make Championship Sunday, but hey, you know what? Head out to the left. We'll see you at our next event. Great job out there. Don't feel sad to clap for these guys, everybody. Give them some love. They went out there and they worked their butts off out there. These are the top anglers in the world coming up on this stage, standing in front of you. Give them some love. Let's bring up this next one. He's out of Paso Robles, California, Mr. Dan Frazier, everybody. All right, Dan, 1598 yesterday, 18 keepers overall for the tournament. Let's hope the weight is there, man.
I hope so, too.
1598, we're looking for somewhere around 1671. Gonna be a little bit shy right now. 1547, everybody, though. Reaching that bag, let's hold a couple fish.
I'm going to weigh one up.
You want to weigh a big fish?
Yeah.
He's got one that he says is going to go close to 8 pounds. Maybe 7, maybe 5.
Just a nice one.
Just a nice one, okay. That's a beautiful one right there. Stand right there.
Good job. All right, thank you.
Put that thing on the scale real quick, and let's see what that weighs. That smallmouth, big, beautiful bass goes 463. That is a good fish, though. You know what? He deserves to be weighed.
He does.
Let's talk about this, Dan. He's going to take care of those fish for you. You'll get those off there. Dan, you know, you come up here. You're going to be a little shy. Cut day kind of got you on this one. But, you know, you did a great job out there. We've come up here. Yeah, you want to see where you're at?
Yeah,
you look for your name on that side right there. If you don't see it, there's an issue. All right. So here's how this all works, man. But you come up here, you know, you do a great job. You fish with us. You're a Super 60 angler. It means you're one of the best in the world right there. Let's talk a little bit about it. Give some love.
Yeah, I had a great time. I wasn't going to go beat myself up going that way. And I probably fished within 2 miles of here, upriver. And I got to tell a story. I've got a little teeny baby one on maybe 10 inches. And I'm pulling it up, and I've got to stick my finger down its throat to get the hook out. And I look over, and that 460 whatever is sitting right there. And I'm doing this, get it off, drop the, I didn't even fix my worm. I just dropped it straight down, ate it, and I got to weigh it in. But
that's how you find fish right there. You know what? So you have to go repeat that program every time you go to a tournament now.
What's funny, I was coming out of the little area, and there's another one, probably 3 pounds, would have helped me out. But anyway, I just want to say thank you to everybody that came. This is the real deal out here. My sponsors are P-Line, GSM. It's okay. They're there. It's okay.
We got them on your shirt on the camera. You're good.
Phoenix rods. It's good, and the fishing was tougher than I expected. I wanted to get up there a bit, have maybe 30, 40, keepers, and then it just didn't happen. But
that's kind of fishing right there, man. You know what, though, Dan? You did a great job out there, man. We do appreciate it. Head off to the left, though. We'll see you at our next event. Great job, man. All right, our next angler coming out of Green Acres, Washington, Mr. Sean Minderman. All right, Sean. I got to say one thing real quick. I need some people on the right over here to be clapping These guys are coming up there. You may be sitting a little bit far back. If you need me to get louder, let me know. All right, John, yesterday you had 1467. You had 15 keepers overall. Today you dropped 1472 on the scales. You're going to be a touch shy. Yep, you're going to be about 3 pounds shy of what you need to make that cut today. We'll look at the numbers and see where they come out. But 15 keepers overall doesn't look great, man. Reach in there, grab a couple out. All right, great job, Sean. All right, Sean. Here's a tough one out there for you. It didn't look like it's going to work out right for you as much as you might want to go on to tomorrow. I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. Thanks some people at home, man. Give some love.
Yeah, you know, I had a great week. I love coming here. This is the river's excellent. It's a great fishery. I fished a lot of it. I was down in the gorge this morning and I was up in the reach this afternoon. You know, it was hard for me to figure out one thing, so I did a lot of running around. That was, you know, my mistake, but I had a great time. A lot of fun out there. Three Rivers Tackle right here in Tri-Cities. It's the most amazing tackle store. They also have a great online website. You can order the baits right there, but they've just done an amazing job. Love that place.
All right, Sean, it's a great job. They even came out, they're standing over here, show some support, man. Show some support. They were here for us, and we do appreciate Three Rivers. We always hear you talk about them. Every time you're on this stage, you do that. How much support you get from them, and you know what? We're finally in a spot where they can come out and give us a little bit. So thank you very much, man. Head out to the left. Great job out there, Sean. All right, our next angler coming out of Discovery Bay, California. Let's bring him up. Everybody, Mr. Steve Hoover. All right, Steve, 1390 yesterday. 11 fish overall for the weekend. Let's hope that's a big bag of fish. We're looking for somewhere in that 18-pound range. We're going to have 1169. Unfortunately, reaching that bag, hold up a couple fish. Good job. Good job. You know, Steve, this is a tough business we're in right here. You're up on the big stage. It's just one day shy of when you want to be here, man. Tomorrow's the day. Give a little love and some thanks, man.
Yeah, you know, thanks to my sponsors and my family. This is actually it's a really fun fishery. These smallmouth fight really, really hard, and you know, obviously I struggled both days. And these guys have a tendency to make things look way easier than it is. But you know, tomorrow's gonna be a shootout, so someone's gonna have fun. All right.
Absolutely, Steve. Great job out there, man. Again, one of the best in the world right there. All right, our next angler coming up out of Glendale, Arizona, Mr. Ty. Ow! All right, Ty. 1775 yesterday, 19 keepers overall for the weekend. Let's see if that scale can say somewhere over 1494. It's going to be just a little shy, though, man. 1333 today. Reaching that bag, hold up a couple fish real quick. All right, great job. Good looking fish. Went for the green ones. You got the green ones. It's kind of your thing. You do that up there. You know, you talked about yesterday, cranking those wheels in your head, trying to figure out what you did yesterday, how to repair it today. Somewhere in there, I have a feeling something slowed down and you couldn't quite get them going what you needed because you're just a little bit shy of making it for the championship Sunday. Let's talk about it and give some love, man.
Yeah, so I went out there about an hour and a half getting beat up, and I was like, you know what, this is a good time to go check the largemouth water. Went in there, caught a 411, the first fish. So I wish I didn't catch that fish because it made me stay in there way longer than I needed to. Basically caught my limit in there and left, and after that ran out. Probably got 25, 30 smallmouth, but everything was just under. Never landed on that big school I needed. And hey, had a lot of fun, caught a lot of fish. I want to thank my sponsors, everybody watching back at home. You know, my friends over at GSM Outdoors, Yamamoto, Copper State, and all my friends back in Arizona rooting for me, and everybody here that turned up. I mean, it's an awesome crowd. Love coming here, and hopefully I get to come back soon, next year.
Next year. All right, man. Well, thank you very much for coming out and visiting us. Again, head out the left right there. We'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler coming out of Weiser, Idaho, Mr. Jason Hickey. All right, Jason, you had 17 keepers overall for the weekend. You had 1372 yesterday. Let's see what you're going to add to it today, and let's see if it will project you into Championship Sunday. It's going to need to be somewhere around 1897. We're going to be a little bit shy. We're going to have 1148. Reach in that bag real quick, Jason. Just grab a couple fish, get some pictures. All right, Jason, great job right there. You got some good fish, good bag of mixed fish right there. It looks like you're going to be a little bit shy. You're probably not going to be up here tomorrow. You know what you want to say to everybody at home and the people out there, and how'd you fish?
You know, I fished hard. I didn't just never landed on them. I did a lot of different things, a lot of different running around. Obviously today is pretty limited. I know some guys toughed it out and went to the canyon, but I wasn't up for that. But I did land on a huge school of fish, and I must have caught 50, 12 and a half to 13 and a half inchers today. But anyway, that's just how it goes. It's an amazing fishery, and just didn't land on them this weekend. But anyway, just want to thank you know, all my guys that keep the business going so I can chase my dreams and do this, and my wife, of course. And you know, one thing, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but so I build the trophies. I'm sure everybody knows that. But Tackle Warehouse, sorry, not Tackle Warehouse. Tackle Warehouse is on the trophy. Bass Boat Technologies builds, I've been working with them, and they build all the different aluminum components on that trophy. And it's pretty cool. They donate all those, and kind of my vision, and then they put them together for me. And then it takes a lot of people to put that trophy together. We got Bass Boat Technologies, and then a good friend of mine, Matt Roth at home. He does all the fabricating. You know, some of those components have to be welded together. And then he's got a powder coat shop he goes to, which I don't even know the name of that place. And then, of course, all the printing and all the glass and all that is done by Bizzone and Fruitland. And so there's a lot of people that work hard to bring those trophies together, and we're pretty proud of them.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are absolutely beautiful. And if any of you haven't seen them yet, or any of you at home haven't seen them yet, tomorrow, come take a look. It'll be sitting right here. And I'll tell you what, it is absolutely gorgeous. You do a great job on those things. Not to mention the fact that you, drill them out the bottom and then just stuff them full of concrete? Because they're always heavier than heck, man. Some of these guys struggle to pick them up. It was really funny watching Luke John try to pick one up.
Yeah. You know what, Mark wishes I would make them lighter, but you know what, it makes them feel legit. It makes them feel real. And if you win one of these, you earned it. These guys are hammers, and I just really want those trophies to, you know, be something that stays on the mantle and is there for a long time, and everybody remembers.
Well, I'll tell you what, the way you come out and you compete with us every time, one of these days, one of those is going home with you too, man. Great job out there this weekend, but you know what? We'll see you at the next one. All right, our next angler coming out, Paso Robles, California, Mr. Wyatt DeBusk. Come on up here, Wyatt. All right, Wyatt, you had 11.55 yesterday, 15 overall keepers for the tournament. He's going to reach over there. He's going to twirl that thing up. You're going to need to have somewhere a little over 21 pounds. That bag doesn't quite look like it's going to be there. It's going to be 13.52. He's going to put those down. He's going to grab a couple of those, get some pictures of it, and we'll let him thank his sponsors because tomorrow he'll be heading home. Actually, he'll probably do it tonight. I know Wyatt. He likes to get out there and get going. Great job, Wyatt. You know, you fish a river system all the time in the California Delta. It's one of your favorite things. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. This is just a flat-out river system. No delta, no tide coming in. It's only going one way. How did that kind of, you know, play into your hands or play away from you the way you usually fish?
I just went out here and tried to catch as many smallmouth as possible, and they were all 8 to 10 inches instead of 14 inches. So today, went swinging and only caught one, and then just happy to have a limit by the end of the day.
Well, thanks to some of those people that get you up here, man, because I know you, and I know that you have a lot of help to get up here.
Yeah, most importantly, my family for staying back home and working on finishing up the house on the new build, and everybody on the Jersey that gets me here.
All right, man. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to see you. Head off to the left right there. All right, our next angler coming out of Yuba City, California, Aaron, Too Legit Brick, everybody. All right, Aaron. 14.57 yesterday, 9 keepers overall. You're going to need a big bag. Unfortunately, you're not bringing us one, man, but we're going to put it on the scale. We're going to weigh it just the same. It's going to be... If he just keeps pushing on it, it'll get heavier for you, man. Let's hope it holds out. 153 overall. We're going to have him send that one off because I know you don't want to carry that one. I'm going to get a picture with it right now. Go ahead and head that off. Aaron, unfortunately, you're not going to make it for tomorrow, man. Championship Sunday's out off the table for you. But you know what? You went out there. I'm sure you had a good time. Talk a little bit about it and thank the people at home, man.
I just never got comfortable here. I really had a good game plan coming into this thing. I thought I was going to catch them real good. It's been a long time since I've struggled with one of these events. It's been top 20 the past 6 or 7 events in a row, so it feels kind of sucks to get your butt kicked. But listen, you got to become a good loser. In order to become a good winner, you got to become a good loser, and I'm going to take my medicine here and got a long drive home. It's going to drop me down some points, but it still should be okay. Just looking forward to get back out to Pedro and get the bearings rolling again. Hats off to these guys that caught him. I literally feel like I did everything. I ran up and down this river, fished shallow, deep, barges, grass, edge of grass, island tops, wind-blown banks. It just never got into anything. But this fishing, sometimes you're the bug, sometimes the windshield, and this time I'm the windshield.
All right, man. Great job. Always fun having you up here, and it is. It sucks to see you go early, but you know what? That's how they roll sometimes. It's fishing.
Hi, Mom. I love you. I'm sorry.
Off to the left right there. All right, our next Arizona angler, all the way from Mesa, Arizona, Mr. Marty Lawrence. Come on up here, Marty. All right, yesterday you had 13.79, and you had 42 keepers overall for the weekend. Let's see what that bag of fish is going to be today. It looks like you went up a little bit. 13.79 yesterday, he went up 15.65, everybody. Great bag of fish right there, Marty. Show those things off. Show them off what a man from Arizona can do to the Columbia, excuse me, the Columbia River up here. It's a tough one when he normally comes up here. I got to say the Colorado River. Now I got to say the Columbia River. He's figuring this river thing out. 29.44 overall on weight. 42 keepers right now. Puts you somewhere just on that cut line, though, man. It's going to be so close. You better hope nobody catches any more fish, Marty.
I need a bunch of them to help me out, but maybe we'll slide into a check range.
That's all you can look for right now is a good check. You know what? I think Championship Sunday's off. You want to say some things to David at home?
Yeah. Hello, everybody at home. And maybe not going to make Championship Sunday, but we give it a hell of a run.
You always give it a heck of a run, man. Great job out there, Marty. We'll see you at our next event. Head off to the left right there. Great job, man. All right, our next angler coming out of Woodland, California, Mr. Mark Kobe. Coming up here, Mark. All right, Mark, yesterday he had 16.68, 11 keepers overall for the weekend. We're looking at this thing looking like you're going to need to be really consistent to have about another 16 pounds, but he picked that up with one hand, so I'm thinking we're close, but not close enough. 5.78 today. You want to hold a couple of those up?
No.
He does not want to. Let's talk about it. Let's give it a love for the people at home, and who'll get you up here.
Yeah, friends and family, of course. Stell sticks, louver plate. This derby was, lucked into some stuff yesterday. And today kind of ran the same stuff, and all those fish were just small and kept working and caught so many fish, but nothing good. So, deer season's here.
Well, you know what, Mark? Great job out there. We'll see you at our next event. We'll see you, man. Good job out there, man. Great job. All right, our next angler coming from Montague, California, Mr. Nick Wood, everybody. All right, Nick, yesterday you had 14.83. We're looking for somewhere right around that 17.86. He had 41 keepers overall for the weekend. He's going to put that on there. He uses his knees. He uses his back. He uses both hands. That means you got a good bag of fish right here. No, he doesn't. It's only 20.39, everybody. Big bag of fish right there. You almost got a smile out of Nick Wood. Look at that thing right there. Big old smallmouth. You want to weigh that thing up? Tell everybody what it's going to weigh? He's going to set that down there. We're trying to break a 628 with a smallmouth. Oh! Ish is going to smile a little bit because that's only a 607 smallmouth. Holy moly, that's a great one right there. He's going to take those fish. He's going to take care of them for you real quick. Let's talk about it. You're going to be here tomorrow, man. You got 35-22. You're sitting in third place overall. I know the guys can go up there, but you also got 41 keepers. You're sitting pretty good right now with that. Which one do you think is going to hold out for you the most?
Well, I don't know. I really wasn't counting on weight, and I made a decision this morning to not make a long run, to try to maximize my time, and the keepers, I couldn't catch the numbers, but if I make it, I'm really glad I did, because I figured out these bigger fish and where they're at and how to catch them. So I'm really hoping I make the final day now, because yeah, I like I said yesterday, Colby Pierce and I travel together, and we bounce a lot of ideas off of each other, and thankfully with his help, I just try to put it to use, you know, and just trying different stuff and just not being too focused on one thing, and just kept looking around, and about 12 o'clock my trolling motor went dead, and so I caught all those fish with my power pole down. So just trying to, the first day I had an issue with my trolling motor, and then today I had an issue with my battery. So I just try to keep clear mind, and I had that big one hooked. I'm like, please God, I'm a good person. Please don't let it come off. Just kidding. So I'm really not a good person. So anyway, yeah, I'm hoping I'm able to fish. If I'm not able to fish, it's a good event. Brownlee I was 11th, so just getting some solid points and trying to make the championship. And we'll see how it shakes out.
Well, I'll tell you what. There is a good person here, and his name's Willie Nelson. He's sitting over here, and you know what? You might want to reach out to him and see if he can help you with that trolling motor deal right there, buddy. All right, man. Nick, great job out there. We'll hope we see you tomorrow. Let's go to our next angler. He's out of Sacramento, California. Let's bring out Mr. Jason Bradshaw. All right, Jason, yesterday you had 17-15. You're going to need somewhere close to that today, somewhere around 16-56. You had 16 keepers overall for the weekend. We are looking at that bag. Looks like a good one, man. Looked like you went out there and got him again. He absolutely did. 1936, everybody. That's going to give him, what, 36.51 overall. Put him currently in second place on weight. Let's hope that one can hold out.
Good job.
There's some really good anglers still out back here, Jason, but you should be feeling pretty good sitting overall. Second place weight. Was weight what you were focusing on?
It was. I mean, yesterday I got 6 keepers in the boat. Today I got 10. I got a little stretch that I have halfway figured out, and I'm just grinding on it. I don't really know anything else to do, so I'm just grinding.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're sitting, what did I say, second place right now. There's only 3 spots below you to make it to Championship Sunday tomorrow. What I suggest is that you cross your fingers, cross your toes, because there's some really good anglers still coming, but I hope you're here tomorrow, man. Head off to the left right there. Let's hope that thing holds out. 36.51's great weight. Let's go to our next angler coming out of Covington, Washington, Mr. Travis Archer. All right, Travis. 14.67 yesterday, 18 keepers overall for the weekend. We're going to need a bag of about 19.61 if you want to see tomorrow, because I don't think the keeper count's quite going to hang out. 10.54. It looks like cut day's got you today, man. But you know what? Reach in that bag right there. Hold up a couple fish, and we'll get this thing going. All right, Travis. Great job out there, man. It's a tough one. This fishery's been fishing a little weird for some people. Tougher, easier. You know, it is what it is. It's what it's called for fishing. But you know what? You got some great sponsors on here that get you up here. And you want to thank some people at home?
Yeah, I want to thank all my sponsors. I want to thank everybody who supports me. And I really need to thank Willie because I had an alternator issue yesterday, so I was dead in the water about 1 o'clock, and he was able to get me a new alternator last night. And we were able to fish all day today. Today I committed way too far downriver, and it burned me.
All right, man, that's a tough one out there. But you know what? Thanks for coming out and fishing with us, man. As one of our Super 60 anglers, you're always a great man to be on the stage with. Head off to the left right there, and we'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler. I want to look over there real quick, see how he's looking. Crud. All right, but that's all right. He's coming up here. He's out of Phoenix, Arizona. Mr. Cameron Carver, everybody. One of these days, you got to start listening to me. You had 14-12 yesterday. You had 17 keepers overall for the weekend. He's going to see what you're going to add on right here before you head off to the great state of Phoenix again. 11:34 right there going in. But you know what? We're just going to send those on their way. You're not going to do some pictures. You're going to send that. Your wife's got a book and stuff. You don't need to hold any fish up. You're famous already, right? You're married to a good person. All right, let's talk about this. And you know what? I'm just going to hand this over because this is one of my favorite parts. I hate that it always happens on this day and not on Championship Sunday when it's supposed to. But here you go. This is your mic now, Cameron.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Ed. So one of my sponsors is Owens Corning Fiberglass. Owens Corning's mascot is the Pink Panther, most of you guys know. So at every one of these events, I try to find one lucky young lady or one lucky young man in the crowd and have them come on up and get a free gift. So how about how about that guy right there jumping up and down? Come on up.
Good job, buddy.
You can come right up here. Come up on stage. All right, here you go. Thank you. So, hey, who are you here to support?
Cameron Carver.
Do you have a favorite angler?
My dad.
All right. Who's your dad?
Justin Campbell.
Go, Justin. So I'd also like to thank MacArthur Building Materials, JMI, Dynamic Fabrication. Those guys do a heck of a lot to keep me on the road. I also want to point out, Ed, as you mentioned earlier, my famous wife is here in the crowd also. So probably going to be telling me I'm number one also, like last time you saw. But we're happy to have her here and happy to have her support. You know,
Let's see if she's giving you the same
right there,
support.
front and center. No, look at that.
All
Nothing-
10 fingers
yeah,
up, not just the one.
Nothing but love. We love that. So, thanks to BAM for putting this on. This is, it's a really big deal. I was thinking about this the other day. We get to compete at the highest level there is in the West without having to travel the country. We can kind of stay here in our own world, our own Western lakes, and it's really something incredible, and I'm thankful for it. So thanks to Mark and thanks to you and the whole crew at BAM. I appreciate it. Thanks to Tri-Cities for having us here. Look forward to the next one.
All right, Cameron, thank you very much for always coming to fish with me. Always making a great day up here. Love being up on the stage with you. Super 60 angler, heading that away, though. All right, our next angler coming out of Meridian, Idaho. Let's bring him up here, Mr. Daryl Okamika. All right, man, 13:41 yesterday. 47 keepers, though, for the weekend. Looking pretty good right there. We're going to have a good weight right here. 13:41 is going to add 14:32. That's going to give you good weight. 27.73. But I have a feeling he's hoping and crossing his fingers that those keepers are going to be getting him to Championship Sunday. Wow, great job. Good looking fish right there. The old Columbia River showing off what it's got in it, man. Daryl, you're going to be up here. It looks like you're going to be here tomorrow, man, so make this thing real sweet.
Man, I don't know. The worst part about the whole deal is I have no idea how to win. I'm just going to go fishing. Dude, I've been on keeper count for both days, and you think you could, as much water as I've covered, you could come across a better one. I actually caught the last cast here today. Best fish I've caught all weekend. Probably a 4-pounder. So maybe that's the luck that I need for tomorrow. If I happen to make the top 10, we'll just roll the dice and say, hey, let's go after it and see. Because if you're not there, you don't have a chance to win, right?
This is why I say it's the most feared day, man, because it's sitting in the back of your head. I might not make it tomorrow, but you know what? You're looking pretty good right now. Let's just say 47 overall. That's going to put you right about third in the keeper count. There's still a few anglers coming up, though, that are going to have something to say about that.
Man, there's some hammers behind us, so, and it's okay. Either way, whether I make tomorrow or I don't make tomorrow, is still for the weekend for me was outstanding. I'm happy either way.
All right, Daryl, great job, man. Always a pleasure being up here on stage with you. But head off to the left right now. Cross everything you got, man. Let's hope you can be here for Championship Sunday. Let's bring up our next angler. He's coming all the way up from Elk Grove, California, Mr. Ken Maw. All right, Ken, 16, 19 yesterday, 16 fish overall. for the weekend. You're going to need a bag about 1809 if you want to see Championship Sunday. Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to make that. 1336 today. He's going to reach in that bag, hold up a couple fish, get some pictures real quick. All right, Ken, great job out there, man. You come up to this river, you got to fish hard, you got to fish tough, and you got to beat a bunch of good anglers out there, man. Now, when you're on the California Delta, you always feel pretty comfortable. You come up to this river system, it's a little different. Talk about it a little bit and thank the people at home, man.
You know, like I said yesterday, this is my fourth Pro-Am event here, and the previous highest finish was like 33rd place. So I've always come up here and largemouth fish. So I'm starting to embrace the inner brown fish in me. I guess it's not that fun. Actually, it is fun. But before I go, I don't want to take up too much time. You know, this place, you know, the restaurants we ate at right here, all the crowd. I mean, it's just a great place for BAM to visit. I know my house definitely spent a lot of money in gas and food and all that stuff, and that's important to the community and the businesses. You know, and then the last thing is you know, I always say, support the people that support our trail. You know, I know it's going to sound real cliche, but you know, Vexus backs this trail, and the air ride seats in my boat are not a gimmick. That thing, it's like having, you know when you drive a bus, a city bus, and it's got that little cushy seat. It's exactly like that. So my back doesn't hurt, and when it gets rough like this, it's one of the most comfortable boats on the market for sure. So if you ever want to look, if you ever want to ride, you know, Willie at Nixon's, Willie and Kim, they stock them, they sell them. Also the Ish and Oxy Monroe own Anglers Paradise in California. So they have 2 locations. So wherever you're at, they have you covered. So thank you, and I think I'm going home.
I believe, unfortunately, you're going to be heading home tomorrow. But you know what? The man that you yelled at yesterday standing right there, you know, you didn't want to do any more of this smallmouth fishing. But today you come up here and you say, you know what? It's kind of getting a little more fun. So see, I told you yesterday, he's just trying to make you a better angler. Go out there and embrace your inner brown fish, brother. Head off to the left right there. All right, Ken, great angler with us every time he comes up here. Let's go all the way down to Bakersfield, California, and bring up Mr. Mason Maccabee. Come on up here, Mason. All right, 1875 yesterday, 34 keepers overall for the weekend. We're going to see what you can add to that on weight right now. 1875, we're going to add, good weight, 1666, man. Great job right there. He's going to reach in there, grab a couple fish, hold them things up, get some pictures. 35.41 overall right now puts him in third for the weight, on the weight side. 34 keepers overall right now is going to be a little shy is what it looks like. None of things I say are absolute because we always have to go back and check everything out before we put them up, but they will be up by the end time the scales are over. Look at how well he is at catching fish right there. Twice he had to catch that thing. Mason, come on over here, man. You're sitting pretty good right now. You feeling lucky? You think you're going to be here tomorrow?
No, probably not, but we had fun. This is my 3rd time up here to the upper pool, and this is definitely my favorite pool. They bite up here, and you can catch them however you want. So, got a long drive home, and I'm hungry. I'm gonna get some food.
Head on over to Lulu's. They got some great stuff, man. All right, Mason, great job out there. Always a pleasure having you up on the stage with us. Great job out here. But head off to the left right there. Let's hope you're here tomorrow. But if not, thanks for fishing with us. All right, out of Scottsdale, Arizona, let's bring him up, Mr. Matt Thomas, everybody. All right, Matt. Yesterday, 1182. 10 keepers overall for the weekend. It's going to be a little shy on the keeper count, man. But let's hope that you can drop about 30 pounds on that scale. Unfortunately, you can't. You can only drop 12 on anyone. Reach in there, grab a couple fish real quick. Hold them up for some pictures. All right, great job right there. But Matt, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for just a second, man. You go out there, you got to fish a great fishery. You got to do some great things out there. How was it for you, other than the fact that you're not going to make it to Championship Sunday?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a long ride home.
but I get to step at Lake Havasu on the way back, do some fun fishing. But I will tell you, this is my first time here at Tri-Cities. Great fishery. I put those K2 Phoenix rods to work. 43 fish yesterday, 6 keepers. 63 fish today, 5 keepers. So I found a little something underneath the barges yesterday, and like I said, I had to weed through all those fish to get what I got, and I lost a good one today. But other than that, I had great fun. If it wasn't for Suzuki Law, HMR Marine Carpet Fabrication, Trifecta Wraps and Graphics, I wouldn't even be doing this right now. Lost my position in 2024, and all I've been doing is fishing. So just blessed to be here and be able to fish this trail.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, you do have a long trip home, and you're going to stop at Havasu, but you know what the heck is right in between on all the way down? A bunch of Black Bear diners, and we're going to give you a gift card for $100 and say, you know what, stop at one of them and get yourself some food. All right, great job, Matt. You know what? That was the easiest money you'll ever win right there. That one will actually spend, the other one they won't take. But you know what, you go down there, have some food on us, and Matt, you did a great job out there. Sorry you ain't going to be here championship Sunday, but you know what? Head out to the left right now, man. We will see you at our next event. Great job as always. All right, these guys are getting ready. I see Brennan Osborne over there, and I'm going to make him do one thing. Wait for just a couple seconds as we take our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail, brought to you by Tackle Warehouse, brought to you by so many of our great anglers, like the Black Bear Diner we just gave away, Power Pole, Marine, Okuma Fishing came on, Bob's Machine Shop, they're out there. The Chicken Ranch Casino Resort, who will be down at Don Pedro soon, will also be there for the BAM Classic this year. It's going to be a great event. Bridgeford Brand Meats, they are always out here. They're doing a great job for us. They've been behind us and supporting us forever, as well as Bass Boat Technology, as always. But you know what we need to do? We need to start going back out here, weighing some more fish, and seeing if we can put somebody. One of these anglers might want to go and fish on Championship Sunday. Let's bring our next angler up and see if he wants to do it. He's out of El Dorado Hills, California, Mr. Jim Vretzos. All right, Jim, 838 yesterday means you're going to have almost 27 pounds in that bag right there. Then we've also got 13 keepers for the weekend. I have a feeling your golf game's going to get a little bit better. With 1238 today, you're not going to quite make that. You want to hold up some fish today? He needs some pictures. 2076 overall and only 13 keepers. Unfortunately, we have another great angler that's going to be a cut day victim. Good job, Brett.
Good job.
All right, Jim. Let's talk it over, man. Give some thanks to the people at home, man, because you do a great job getting up here. But you know what? Everybody needs a little help.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to thank my wife for allowing me to, you know, she doesn't care if I come up here or fish or whatever, but she's always has no problem with me leaving for a weekend or a week or whatever. And also like to thank Greater Bay Protective Services for supporting me and allowing me to do this. So thanks to everybody up here and BAM. You guys do a great job, and welcome back.
Thank you, Jim, so much. I do support all the support I got. You know what, though? And before you leave completely, there's a box sitting right over there that Mark has been yelling at all of us to make sure that you get that. That's, I believe it's your Starlink mount or something like that. So it's right there, so make sure you get that. But Jim, great job out there as always, man. Good fishing with you. We'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler's coming up from Beaverton, Oregon. Let's bring him up, Mr. Brennan Osborne. All right, Brennan, 1431 yesterday, 33 keepers overall for the weekend. 20 pounds need to be in that bag. You know what, though? It looks a little shy to me. I'm right. 1043 today. Want to hold a couple fish real quick?
I'll hold up one.
He'll hold up one. He's only going to begrudgingly do one.
With the right hand or left? Go for it.
Well, good one right there to hold up for sure. All right, Brennan, let's talk about this, man. 33 keepers is going to be a little too low. 2474 is going to be a little too low. Unfortunately, you know what that means. Cut Day has taken another great angler, man. You do a great job up here. You have been kicking butt and taking names all year long, last year and this year. You're just one of those young guns that has got this thing figured out. Hopefully, you can just keep getting more consistent, but you want to give some love to the people at home?
Yeah, man, this was my first time up in the Tri-Cities pool, so it's definitely a little bit different than what I grew up doing down in Hood River in the Dalles, a couple hours west from here. So I had to get used to that, but I appreciate you guys for singing happy birthday to me yesterday. That was cool. So definitely was a good event for me. I tried to set myself up for keepers yesterday. I had 18 and just didn't quite seal the deal on that today. So I appreciate all my sponsors, everybody at home watching. I got probably 50 happy birthday texts I haven't responded to yet. So thank you guys for that. We'll see you guys at Don Pedro.
All right, man. Great job as always. Always love having you up here. Head off to the left right there. We'll see you at our next event. Brendan Osborne, one of them young guns that just you're going to see his name for a very long time to come. But our next angler, he's coming out of Vacaville, California, Mr. Billy Hines, everybody. All right, Billy, 1150 yesterday, 23 keepers overall. You're going to be a little shy on the keeper count. You're going to need about 23 pounds to come on that scale if you want to fish on Championship Sunday. You don't want to fish on Championship Sunday?
No.
All right, fine. And 1193 is what we're going to give you, my friend. Hey, reach in there and hold up a couple fish real quick. Every once in a while, you've just got too much money and $50,000 just won't help you out. And Billy says, you know what? I don't need that money. I'm doing this for the fun and the love of bass fishing. But you know what? You're one heck of an angler, man. I know you went out there and put a move on it as best you could. What kind of happened out there? And give some love to the people at home, man.
You know, it was a lot of fun. I caught a lot of fish. Just getting the keepers was the trick, obviously. Back's been giving me problems for 2 days, so really don't want to be out there in the wind tomorrow, but it's supposed to be as nice, so I think I would have made it happen. Maybe next time. I appreciate everybody coming out, all you guys. We couldn't do it without you guys. And wife and Gone Fishing Marine, Ranger Boats, and Reese Fishing. Thank you guys.
Well, you know what, Billy? I don't want to disrespect the boat you run in, but we just had a man stand up here, Ken Maw, and said, you know what? Those Vexes have that nice little air ride seat. They're up there doing their thing. His back doesn't hurt. I'm not saying that you need to get one of those boats, but you might want to get one of those seats. All right, buddy, head off to the left right there. We'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler coming from Templeton, California, Mr. Austin Bonjour.
What up?
Not much, man. Looks like you got a handful going on right there.
Yes.
The family is here. You brought the pretty ones with you.
Yes.
And left one over there. She's got to do the pictures and stuff?
Yep.
All right, yesterday you had 162. Today you crushed a man, 931. You ended up with 7. You ended up with 7 overall. Austin, unfortunately, I think that means that you're not going to be fishing tomorrow unless you just want to go goof off.
Yeah.
But you won't be in it for the $50,000, man. Thanks some love. Everybody's here, so I don't know who you're going to thank at home.
Yeah, normally I thank her, but she's here, which is awesome. And then these are my daughters, so this is their second or third tournament.
What's their name?
So this is Aurora, and then this is River. So
Hi.
Hopefully they'll be I think Bassmaster has a program, Bassmaster.
Yep.
So hopefully they'll be fishing girls, or if not, whatever they want to do. They're great kids. They got a great mom, great grandparents, stuff like that. This week was awesome. Caught probably 150, 200 fish, and only 6 keepers. Like I think Matt Thomas was up here. He said he had it down to a science. He's like 52 fish, 63 fish. I lost count. I caught so many of them. Had a great time. This place is loaded with fish. We're gonna take this one square on the chin and head to the next one.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is a great program coming up for that, but you know what they need to start with? A dad who knows how to fish, and will take them doing it, man. You're doing a great job out there, Austin. Always great to see you. Head out to the left right there, and we'll see you at our next event.
Say bye, wave.
Wave to the camera. There's 1 million people watching you right now.
1,000,001. Let's go, girls.
All right. All right, our next angler coming out of Fraser Park, California, Mr. Dalen Smith, everybody. All right, Dalen, that's it. The crowd goes wild. As always, she's up here following you every time. 15:28 yesterday, 25 keepers overall for the weekend. You're going to add 15 pounds to it. You're going to have 30:28 overall. Even I can do that math. Great consistency right there. Reach in there, pick up a couple fish, and let's get those pictures taken. Looks like you're going to be about 4 pounds shy of making that cut, and you're going to be a whole bunch of cut fish on the other side making that cut. So you know what? Again, I'd say thank the people at home, but she's always here. You know, that's great. Looking at that smile out there. Beautiful lady follows you all over the place as a fishing partner. What the heck, man?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a ton of help. I always appreciate her following along with me and helping me put in the morning, and you know, just the support. It's great. But yeah, it was a tough tournament. We made a lot of mistakes. Didn't fish very clean. Didn't fish very smart either. I spent a lot of time in dead water and not catching fish, so that was the key to not getting as many keepers as I needed. So yeah, we're gonna move on to the Don Pedro tournament and finish the year off strong, and yeah, see what we can do.
Well, I'll tell you what, we always have to learn when we're up here, and you learned where not to fish, and that's a great place, man. But I'll tell you what, head off to the left right there. We'll see you at our Don Pedro event. Great job out there. All right, our next angler coming from Atascadero, California, Mr. Nick Salvucci. All right, Nick, 12-18 yesterday means you're going to have somewhere around 22, 23 pounds today. 29 keepers overall for the weekend. We're looking at how this is going to roll up. You got 11:30, which means you're probably not going to be there. Reach in that bag, hold up a couple fish real quick. No, yes, maybe. He's good. Send him off to the left right there. Nick, let's talk about this, man. It didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out. You wanted to have a $50,000 check in your hand tomorrow, but you know what? You came out here, you fished your heart out, you did a great job. You're always a great fisherman with us. Tell some people at home thanks, man.
Yeah, I just want to say hi to everybody back home watching. I mean, I didn't have the weight yesterday, so I went after keepers today, and had 18 keepers a day, but not enough. So it was a fun day, though.
All right, man. I'll tell you what. Thanks for coming up and fish with us. We do appreciate it. It's always fun to have you on the stage, man. Great job. All right, our next angler coming all the way up from Chester, California, Mr. Mark Pilgrim, everybody. Mark, it's almost deafening how from all the way in the back there, I can hear your wife screaming and yelling for you, dude. She does a great job. 12.93 yesterday. We're going to need about 21.41 to make it to cut day, past cut day. 12.78 today. You had 11 keepers overall. Reach in that bag, hold up a couple fish, and then we can talk about Arch Oil and so many other of your great anglers, your great sponsors. You know, you're back up here fishing for smallmouth. That's one of your favorite things to do is go out there and catch these smallmouth. In a river, it's a little bit different than Lake Almanor out there that you kind of grew up and know and all this stuff. It's a little tough out there. But you know what? Tell us a little bit about it, and then tell, you know, the people at home and the great sponsors that get you here a little bit of thanks.
Yeah, you know what? Fishing here is a lot different than, you know, Almanor where I'm from. Yeah, I got to say, you know, I get asked all the time what my favorite fishery is. And other than my home lake, I always tell people the Columbia River. So this place is amazing. It's a phenomenal fishery. It's loaded with fish. It's amazing. Yeah. These guys were talking about how many fish they caught. I don't even know how many fish I caught today. It was crazy. So yeah, I got to say thank you to Arch Oil. If you guys have diesel vehicles, a diesel truck, diesel car, doesn't matter what you're running. If you're not running Arch Oil in it. You guys have diesel pickups, you're burning your CP4 up, so you gotta have an additive. Arch Oil's what you want. And yeah, thanks to Shields, GSM, Big Bite Baits. You know, I wouldn't be here without Big Bite, so huge thank you to them. giant thank you to my wife out there. She travels with me to every single event. So, yeah, always great to have her. And yeah, my lunch was awesome today, so thanks for that.
All right. Mark, thank you very much, man. It's always a pleasure having you up here. But head off to the left right there. We'll see you at our next event. Our next angler coming out of Stockton, California. Let's bring him up, everybody. Mr. Robert Reel. All right, Rob. 1477 yesterday, 14 keepers overall for the weekend. You're going to be a little shy on the keeper count. Let's hope that you can drop close to 20 pounds on the scales right now. If you want to move on to Championship Sunday, you got close. You were only about 4 pounds shy. 16-19 today, my friend. Reach in that bag. Hold up a couple fish real quick. Let's get some pictures.
Come on, fish. It's stuck in there. There we go. Trying to grip. Pretty ones.
All right, Rob. Good fish right there. All right, Rob, let's take this over. 30-71, 14. Doesn't look like you're going to be here tomorrow, but man, I hope you went out there. I hope you had a lot of fun. You're fishing our Super 60, which means you are still one of the greatest fishermen in the whole world right here. Right? That's what this means when you're being up here.
Well, you know, the wind was going to blow today, everybody said, so I called an audible and never left sight of this marina today. I saw the bridge, saw a little bit of the river up there, and stayed close, had a blast. My back doesn't hurt like everybody else's, and caught some decent fish. I just wasn't in the mood to run that rough water, but you know, you mentioned this river, we're out here fishing, we're the best. I don't know about that. I have a lot of fun doing this. I love competing. This has just been so much fun. Everybody's talking about numbers. I won't even go into all of that because everybody's saying it, but this Columbia River is the best there is in the north. I mean, we have the Delta and Clear Lake down there, but you don't catch it like here. This is awesome.
All right, man. Well, Rob, great job doing it out there. Wish you could have made it Championship Sunday, but you know what? Head off to the left right there, and we'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler, coming from Red Bluff, California, Mr. Greg Gutierrez. All right, Greg, 1481 yesterday, 26 keepers overall for the weekend. We're going to need about 20 pounds to be in that bag, and I saw the way he picked that up with one hand. It's going to be a little shy. 13, 14, and your keeper count's going to be a touch low. Unfortunately, my friend, you know what that means. Cut day has got you, but reach in that bag, hold up a couple fish real quick.
It's that one and that one. Well, not this one. Oh, which one do you want to make famous?
All right, man. Good fish. Now, Greg, you come up here to the Columbia River, and it's a good fishery. It's a great fishery, and there's a lot of good fish in it, man. It got tough out there. Did it get tough for you today, or were you just, you know, struggling this weekend in total?
No, to be honest with you, I just never really got on a bigger fish pattern. I was catching a pile of fish. When they say we're catching 150 fish for 2 days, that is no exaggeration. We're catching fish, but I ended up with this 13 and a half to 13 and 3/4 inch limit that was just killing me. But I mean, I just pile drived. It was like almost every cast in some places. But the bigger fish were not in those areas that I was working, where I just wasn't throwing the right baits. Whatever it is, I'll probably be just moving on. But yeah, it's just weather kicks in, does a little thing. I wasn't too worried about that. I still, you know, I wasn't that far off from what I had yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you one secret thing to do next time. Throw frenzy baits, man.
You know, I did. I caught almost every single fish I weighed in. I was throwing my new forward-facing minnow head, and on a brand new signature rod I got through iRod. It's a 6'10", 6'10", and from Quirkus, and it is amazing. Every single fish I had was pinned right through the beak, and I didn't go through hardly any bait, so it was really nice.
All right, man. Greg, it's always great having you up here. We really do appreciate you fishing with us. Super 60 Anglers, one of the best in the country right there. Absolutely, man. Thank you very much. Our next angler, he's coming out of Moses Lake, Washington. He's Mr. Aaron Echternkamp. All right, Aaron. 1391 yesterday, 19 keepers overall for the weekend, which means you're going to be a little shy on the keeper count. You need to have almost 20 pounds in that bag right there, a little over it. You went out and absolutely smoked them. 21-14, everybody. All right, Aaron, that's going to move you way, way up. Going to put you in ninth place overall. It's going to put you in what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth place right now. You are on the bubble. There's still some anglers back there, but right now you're sitting right on that bubble. You better hope a few of them fumble. But you know what? You went out there, you did a great job, you got a great move. You're going to be in there for just a second. Breathe it in. I'm going tomorrow. See how long that holds out. But you know what? You want to thank some people at home?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank the family for taking care of everything while I'm gone. G. Loomis, Shimano, Mike Bruce, and Brian May, they took good care of me. Nixon's Marine, they keep my boat running. And BAM for putting on a heck of an event.
All right, man. Great job out there. It's always fun having you up here. You're always a great interview for me. You're always a great guy to have on the stage. But head out to the left right there. Cross everything you got. Hope everybody holds up. Does it hold? That holds up for you. Sitting on that bubble for weight right now. Our next angler coming from Oakley, California, Mr. Bo Jodry. Come on up here, Bo. All right, Bo, yesterday you had 19-10. You got 34 keepers overall for the weekend. You're going to be a little shy on that keeper count, possibly. You're going to be at 19-10. You need about 16 pounds to go on. He pushed it down a little bit. It bounces back up. It came back and settled at 1963. You know what that means, Bo? It means you just pushed Aaron Echternkamp down one spot, which means he's out of there. You moved up to 38.73, sitting second overall right now to make it to Championship Sunday. And he's holding up some really big Columbia River bass. Move on up and get a really good picture. Get in the shade a little bit. Go ahead, stand there a little longer, Bo. We got a thing that says stand here.
Okay, ready?
There she goes. She got it right this time.
Cheese.
Welcome to the BAM crew. All right, Bo. Did a great job out there. Right now, you're sitting second, man, in weight. You think that's going to hold up? Let's look at those people over there. Go, yeah, probably, right? They're not that good.
No, there's probably some bigger bags coming up. We'll see how it shakes out at the end. I want to thank my wife for everything she's doing back at home, letting me be able to come up here and fish. This fishery's great. I had a lot of fun this week. Thank you guys. Thanks everybody for coming out here. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Let's see if you're here tomorrow, man. Bo, great seeing you. Hopefully you're here tomorrow. Let's see if that thing holds out. The next guy who wants to see if he can do it, move all himself up in there, he's out of Valley Springs, California, Mr. Jake Arbuckle. All right, Jake, 1291 yesterday, 20 keepers overall for the weekend. That bag needs to be about 22-31 if you want to make it to Championship Sunday tomorrow. I don't think your keepers are going to hold out. I know they aren't. 22-31 is going to be just a little out of reach. $11.99 right there. You want to hold up a couple fish? All right, great job, Jake. You know what, though? This thing, you need a towel or something right there? You can just, there you go. Now I smell like fish, and I ain't even fish. Man, I'm telling you. I'll tell you what, Jake, you did a great job. You're not going to quite make this cut, man, but you came up here, you got to fish. I know you love fishing up here. I know you have a good time, right?
No, absolutely. I appreciate it. You know, this pool's a little bit different. You know, I've been very fortunate down on the Boardman pool every time we've been there. You know, I made the top 10. I tend to struggle a little bit more up here for some reason. I played it safe today. I was fishing down by the dam yesterday, had a bunch of fish going. Yeah, I played it safe with this wind. I started down there, and I turned around. Fished up here today, and you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm still trying to salvage some points, and you know, we'll do okay here. Finish middle of the pack and go to the next one.
All right, man. Jake, you always do a wonderful job, man. You come up here. It's great seeing you up here on the stage, and it's always great having you out here. But thanks again, man. But head off to the left. We'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler coming out of Bakersfield, California, Mr. Randy Maccabee. All right, Randy. The wind blew. It was what you were looking for. 1282 yesterday. You're going to need to have 2240 in there. Your 30 keepers overall for the weekend look like they're going to be a little bit shy. Let's see where this thing goes. We're looking for something close to 22 pounds. We're going to be at 1444. A little bit shy. You want to hold those, a couple of those up real quick. Great job, man. Good looking bass. The wind blew. Everything kind of played to what you wanted it to play to. I know the way you fish, and you were looking for that reaction bait to be in your hand, putting that little rod down, picking up that big thing and going to work. How'd it work out there for you today?
A lot better today. I think I had 23 keepers today, so they bit today. I think we need to go over some of these rules. If we're going to allow these kids to have scope when the wind doesn't blow, we ought to get a net when the wind does. I had 6 doubles hooked up today, and had to boat flip them all because you can't get down there and mess with them smallmouth with trouble hooks everywhere. So I ended up getting 3 doubles in the boat and then lost 3, broke 2 of them off trying to boat flip them. But it was a fun day. Would have been an epic day with a net. But that's what it is. So they bit good today. Thanks to my wife. See you in about 17 hours. I'm going to drive straight through all the way home. Might even go deer hunting tomorrow afternoon.
All right, man. Well, good luck with that. But you know what? Hey, always great having you up here, man. You're one of our Super 60, and it's great being here. Thank you very much. We'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler coming from right up the road, out of Kennewick, Washington, Mr. Ron Mace. All right, Ron. Went down to the Boardman pool, fishing 1 inch of water. Caught a bunch of fish. Won a tournament. Now, yesterday you bring in 2064. 42 keepers overall for the weekend. We're going to add to that 2064, 1803, everybody. Reach in and grab a couple of those bass right there. 3867. Going to put him in third on weight right now. Still a few anglers coming in that they're going to have something to say about it. Great job, Ron. The 42 keepers right now, not sure where that puts you. It's not lit up with 42, but it's right there. Ty's got that too, so we're all sitting right on that bubble. I'm telling you right now, you went out there and you did it. Now, here's what I heard. Step over here real quick, because we heard that you were fishing shallower than you were when you were down there in the other pool.
That's a lie.
That's what fishermen do.
That's exactly what we do. No, I ran up. There wasn't a stitch of wind, but the water had come up like 3 feet, and it kind of relocated my fish. I had to struggle most of the day to get them, and as the water started dropping, and it got better. But then I left thinking I had enough, and then I scared myself all day, which is not good. I mean, I got to thank my wife, J&S Tire, Divine Wraps, and Nixon's Marine. They just now picked up Phoenix. They sell skeeters and Camuses. So you may want a good boat, go see Nixon's. They're the best.
All right, Ron. Right now you're sitting in what, third on weight side right now. Your keeper count's a little bit right there as well. Are you hoping out one of them's going to hold out, man? You could be here tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. Head off to the left right there. We'll see how this thing plays out. Our next angler coming out of Boring, Oregon, Mr. Daryl Burkhart. All right, Daryl. Yesterday you had 1539 on weight. We're looking for 20-something to be in that bag. You got 41 keepers right now, which means you're just a little shy on that side. Oh, you're so close. Great move on it, though. 1493, everybody. Reach in that bag. Hold a couple of those up. right, man. Unfortunately, Daryl, I think that means you're probably not going to make that cut. 30, 32, 41 keepers. You're just going to be a little shy, man. I know you wanted to be there for this one. This is one of your favorite places to fish, right?
Yeah, it is. It's not quite home, but it's close enough. And I thought yesterday was going to get me. I lost a couple opportunities. I was going for fish count, and then today they were strong. They were biting real good, and the wind came up just a little heavier, and it literally shut down. I could hardly get another bite after around 11 o'clock. But, you know, that's the way it goes. I'll be here for the next one. And I want to thank Nixon's Marine and Skeeter Boats, Yamaha Motors, and Weston Outdoors for supporting me. And, of course, thanks to BAM Trail for being here.
Absolutely, totally enjoy being up here in the Pacific Northwest, man. Love being with our Super 60 anglers. You guys are some of the best in the world. But head off to the left right there. We'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler coming up from Auburn, California, Mr. Ryan Hall, everybody. All right, Ryan, yesterday you had 1585 and you got 10 keepers for the weekend. You're going to need to have that bag weigh close to 20 pounds, about 1950. He's shaking his head. I got that easy, but you don't quite. You got 1211 today, man. Reach in that bag, hold up a couple fish. $27.71 overall right now. Great job, Ryan. Now, I'll tell you what, if we line this thing with toolers and put a bunch of more grass, we put a chatterbait in your hand, and you're going to look a whole lot different standing up here right now. But you know what? It's cut day, and unfortunately, it got you this time, man. Talk a little bit about it. Thanks to people at home, buddy.
Yeah, big thanks to all the sponsors, helping me get up here. Just put a new set of tires on my truck from PK Tire Pros when it's on Toyo AT3s, and they've been phenomenal. So I actually got to go back soon and get new trailer tires. But other than that, thanks to my wife for holding down the fort. We got 3 crazy dogs at home, so big thanks to her. Other than that, caught all my fish, doing a little bit of everything, primarily on a drop shot, scoping a drop shot, and then I wound a chatterbait and a spinnerbait like my life depended on it, and I just could not get it to go. So I tried to make it happen, but I just couldn't do it.
All right, Ryan, I know those 2 baits are one of your favorites to fish, especially when you're on the California Delta. But you know what? It didn't quite play out here on the Columbia River. But you know what? You did a great job. You are still one of the best in the country, man. Head out to the left right there, and we'll see you at our next event. Our next angler coming out of Auburn, California. Get those signs ready. Mr. Carl Okerman, everybody. All right, here we are. Yesterday you had 13.04. You're going to need about 22.37 in that bag right there if you want to move up to that cut line. 8 overall fish for the weekend ain't going to quite do it. And 750 was what you put on the scale. That's not going to quite do it. Carl, that means the cut day has got you. Want to hold a couple fish real quick? All right, great job. All right, Carl. It got tough out there for you, man. Something changed, something worked it out, and you just didn't get it this weekend going. But you know what? 2054 is still pretty much respectable out there. What'd you do, and you want to thank the people at home, man?
I'd like to thank my family for supporting me coming out here, and friends that are still working right now. This place is an incredible fishery. I got about 5 days in this upper pool, and I have like months down in the lower pool. So today, with yesterday, I didn't do very well. So today, I looked at my map and I tried to fill my map in. And I went exploring. My fuel lights on in the boat, and almost tried to do the fuel getting back there.
There's a couple chevrons or something, I think, over there, but you'd have been fine, man. All right, well, hey, great job out there. Always love having you up here, man. We'll see you at our next event. Head off to the left. All right, our next angler coming out of Oakley, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Nick Cloutier, everybody. All right, Nick, yesterday you had 1084. You got 14 keepers overall for the weekend. You're going to be shy on the keeper count. You're going to need about 24.57 in that bag. You put a heck of a move on it, man. 19.48, though, is going to be just a touch shy. Great job, man. Reaching that bag, holding up a couple fish. 30-32 overall.
Good job, bud. Here we go. Good job, guys.
All right, great job, Nick. Come on over here now. You know what? I say to all these guys, it's like, you know what? You thank some people at home. You don't have to. They're all here, man. They all came up with you, made the trip. It's always great to see you. I love the families coming out here. But you know what? You can at least thank your sponsors and tell us a little bit about what happened out there.
Yeah, yesterday really got me. I shouldn't have went to Boardman the day before because I had a preconceived notion that it was going to fish just like this, and it just got me. I wanted to fish deep, and it just wasn't happening. Today, I went to the only spot I caught some fish yesterday. Ended up catching a largemouth there, so I just put all my smallmouth stuff away, picked up the flipping stick, chatterbait, and just went to work. Caught some good largies. Just try to climb my way out of the hole that I dug from yesterday. But yeah, it's awesome having my family here. That's probably one of the hardest parts of doing this is leaving and them not coming with me. But you know, this time they're here, so it makes everything more special. Definitely want to thank Gone Fishing Marine, Nitro Boats, Mercury, G-Rat, Phoenix Rods, First Gen, P-Line. You know, all these companies helped me out, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys coming out.
Absolutely, man. Always great seeing you up here. The family coming with you, man. Nick, great fishing with you. Thanks for being on the stage. We'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler coming out of Folsom, California. Get loud, everybody, for Mr. Luke Johns. All right, Luke 17-22 yesterday. 15 keepers overall for the weekend. You know, I told everybody I liked watching you try to pick that big championship trophy up. It's a heavy one, man. You know, it's a big thing. But with 1446, I don't think you're going to have to worry about trying to do that again. Reach in that bag, hold up a couple of those fish, though. $31.68 overall for the weekend on weight side. Great job, Luke. You know, I love it. They come up. He said, you know what, though? I left the trailer hitch at home this time. He was expecting, he put a little thing in the back seat that he can hold a great big check in, though. You're disappointed. No, I'm just kidding. You always do a great job out there, man. Let's talk about what happened and I would say thank the people at home, but they're here. Except for the girlfriend who I don't see over there.
No, not this time. But yeah, I gotta say hi to obviously my family. I've got 2 aunts, 2 uncles, and then my parents out there. So that is just awesome that you guys showed up. So thank you. And I gotta say hi to Mary Lou back home. I know she's watching. Say hi to my brother and say hi to my dog Ruben. But gonna make the long drive tomorrow. Thank you to all the people in my jersey who support me. I mean, we all couldn't be up here without all the brands that are behind us, and you know, it just means a lot to each and every one of us. So support the people who support our industry. And anyways, but the fishing was fun. It was tough. Pretty much couldn't get a bite after 9 a.m. every day, so I tried to do my work in the morning. Just fell a little short today. So looking forward to the next event. Don Pedro is going to be fun, and see how we're sitting for AOY after this. So thanks.
All right, man. Great seeing you always. Having you on the stage. Out to the left. And they're getting shorter over there. And they're getting a little more impatient, but I hope they can hold that patience for a little bit longer as we take our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail, brought to you by StoreQuest, Self-Storage, Tackle Warehouse, Fisherman's Warehouse. Right there, we've got so many great anglers. Don't forget our great Vexus boat that we'll be giving away at the end of this month down at the next pool. Boardman, Oregon, and they'll be putting that on the back of that boat will be a beautiful Mercury Marine motor. It will be great. If you're a pro-am angler and you're out there, you better get signed up, you better get ready, and you better get down there because Mark's got to give that boat away. It may as well be you, right? Come on up here out of Queen Creek, Arizona, Mr. Jamie Reuter. All right, Jimmy, yesterday you had 1178. 16 fish overall for the weekend. We're going to need about 23 pounds to be in that bag. We're going to be a touch shy, 1182. Reach in there, hold up a couple fish real quick. All right, Jamie, great job, man. But unfortunately, that means you're not going to be up here holding a $50,000 check tomorrow. Hopefully, it holds up and you do get a good check, though. You still in the running for that for sure. Well, I mean, maybe not for sure. I got to give you something, though, right?
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Tell the people at home, and give some love out there.
Yeah, just shout out to my mom and dad. My dad's been watching every tournament so far and haven't thanked him for watching. Thanks, Dad. My wife, she's my ride or die. She comes with me every tournament, so it's always great to have her. So it's not so lonely when you're out on the road. So big thank you to her, and then obviously all my sponsors: GSM Outdoors, Rob's Rigging, A&M Graphics, Dobbins Rods, so many to count. So thank you guys all. Appreciate it. We'll see you at the next one.
Jamie, thank you very much for fishing with us. Always a pleasure. All right, our next angler coming from Paso Robles, California, Mr. Kyle Goldstein. All right, Kyle. 12:58 yesterday, 17 keepers for the weekend. You're going to be a touch shy on the keepers. You're going to need 22.83 to be in that bag if you're going to make it to Championship Sunday. You're going to be just a touch shy, but $12.99, man, still a good thing. Reach in that bag real quick. Hold that thing up. Let's get some pictures. And while you do that, I'll walk over here.
This is for the third shot. Yeah.
Great job, Kyle. All right, man. Another great angler is going to get taken out by cut day. But you know what? You went out there, and I'm sure you put a lot of work in. I know the way you fish and the way you track this thing, and you went out there and gave it your all. Give some thanks to the people at home, man, and, give some love out there.
For sure. I want to thank family for coming out here to watch weigh-ins, and friends and family back home sending supportive texts after a rough day yesterday. I'm sure I'll get the same text today.
Well, I'll tell you what, you either went over to Three Rivers, or you went over to either Perch, or you went over to Lulu's, or you went over to you went into all of them, right? All of them. And you know what you did? You brought back some receipts. So even though you're not going to make it to cut day, you're going to be close to getting a check, but probably not that close. I guarantee you, we pulled your name, and you're going to get that $250 for going out and supporting our local people that sponsored us. Look at that camera. Hold it up real quick. We do appreciate them coming out. Great job, Kyle. Thank you. All right, our next angler coming all the way up from Surprise, Arizona, Mr. Conrad Demix. Come on up here, man. Go, All right, Conrad, this year you had 16.27. You got 43 keepers overall. That is on the bubble right now, man. It's going to be a tight one. You're going to add 13.94 to that scale. It's going to go up to 29.96, which will be a little shy on weight, but you're holding on to that bubble for keepers overall, man. There you go. Turn around, face the camera. He's got it now. Don't worry, he'll be up on this stage holding up his own fish one of these days very soon. But you know, Red Conrad, that means that you're not going to quite make that cut unless you can hold on with that 43. You think you can hold out there? I mean, they're not that good back there, right?
No, not at all. I don't know who they are. Yeah, no, we'll see. It's going to be real close. I kind of had a feeling. I left my area a little early today. I left at like 11 just with the wind. Probably should stay another hour or two and caught a couple more, but we'll see what happens. I'd like to go fishing tomorrow. I'd like to thank my wife and the kids for coming out. I'd like to thank the Boomers. My boat and truck have been at their house on and off since May. So, big appreciation to them. Ready to drive it home, but hopefully we can sit up for one more day.
All right, man, let's hope it holds out. But you know what? Always good having you up here, man. Hopefully we see you tomorrow. Let's see how it holds out. Go cross everything you got to cross. All right, our next great angler coming out of Oakdale, California, Mr. Ish Monroe. Ish went out there yesterday and dropped 24.75 on the scales. He was leading for weight. He's got 12 keepers overall. He needs to have somewhere in that 10.66 to get back up on top. He went out, got another great bag of fish. 16.22. That is probably going to move you on to Championship Sunday. Reaching that bag real quick. Let's hold those things up. That's going to put him in second place overall right now with 40.97.
Good job.
Beautiful bass right there.
This way. Thank you.
I love how our cameras are second for you. That's a great thing, Ish. Your great partner out there, your lovely wife right there. She comes up, she supports the heck out of you. Helps us out greatly every time she's up here. We love that. You guys put Angler's Paradise out there. You guys are doing a great job with that. It's coming quite along. How you guys doing out here? And you think you're going to be here tomorrow? I mean, I think you're going to be here tomorrow.
I hope so. I mean, I kind of held back a little bit today, hopefully trying to save some fish. I did have to pop into one area. I did catch my 2 largemouth that I caught in that one area, and then I left. It's just the wind blew today. I looked at my water. It's kind of getting a little messed up, but actually the water came up, so maybe it's not that messed up. So I'm hoping it's the case, and tomorrow maybe just give me about 10 miles an hour less, and maybe go out there and catch another big bag. But I want to thank my wife for being here, supporting me. I mean, she's my #1 sponsor, my team partner, my everything. And so I got to thank her. And, you know, Angler's Paradise, you know, if you guys are looking for, you know, a Vexus, a Phoenix, or a Skeeter, or a G3, you can come and see us down there. You know, we will definitely get care of you.
All right, man, great job. I have a feeling it's going to hold out right there, Ish. 40.97. The keeper count's not going to be there, but that 40.97 is looking pretty darn good going into tomorrow, man. I hope you're up here on Championship Sunday. Maybe you get to hold one of them big old checks up. That'd be a great thing, right?
That'd be awesome.
All right, man, head out to the left right there. Let's make sure you're here tomorrow. Our next angler coming out of Brentwood, California, Mr. Asher Haynes, everybody. All right, Asher, yesterday you dropped 11.73 on the scales. 11 keepers overall for the weekend is going to be a little shy of what you're going to need. You're going to need that bag to weigh about 25 pounds. It's going to weigh 10.19. You want to hold up a couple fish real quick? All right, Asher, great job out there, man. But unfortunately, you're not going to be here on Championship Sunday. You're going to be looking at it, watching it, probably fishing again if I know you anywhere. But you're going to go out there, man. Give some love to the people that support you, get you up here, and the people back home.
Yeah, definitely. Just want to thank all my family and friends for always supporting and following along with these tournaments. Shout out to my girlfriend for watching too. She's watching the live. And huge shout out to my aunt and uncle. They live up here in Richland. They let me and two of my travel buddies stay at their house this week, so that was pretty sweet. And thank you guys for coming out here, putting on a great tournament. But yeah, it was a tough week for me. I've never really figured them out, but looking forward to Pedro next.
All right, man. Well, thank you for always being up here and being a great guy. We love having you on our stage. Head off left. We'll see you at Pedro. All right, our next angler coming out of Kalispell, Montana, Mr. Jason Crone, everybody. All right, Jason, 9.14 yesterday means that bag needs to weigh about 27 pounds. You had 9 keepers overall, which isn't going to help you. Let's see if you can pull this thing out, my friend. Not quite. 10.81 today. 10.81. You want to hold any of those up? He's going to send those off to the left. Thank the people at home, man, and your sponsors.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife and daughter there in Bozeman, Montana at a soccer camp, and of course Alpha Angler, Jake Boomer, travel buddy. But you know, my head hurts on this one, so you know, tried hard. I mean, even for those 5 fish was a grind for me. But I just, after yesterday, it was kind of a, you know, botched effort to an extent. So I wasn't gonna hit my boat through that type of wind. So I stayed up here, fought for it, and you know, put this one behind us. We all have these tougher events, and then you know, we'll make up for it on Pedro. So thanks everyone.
All right, Jason, great job, man. Always great having you on the stage with us. Good job out there. All right, our next angler coming out of Oakdale, California, Mr. Randy Pearson.
Smoking. Josh is getting me.
All right, yesterday you had 10.54. 10 keepers overall ain't going to be enough. We're looking for about 25.97. I think I'm going to have to keep looking, buddy. 4.77 right there. If you want. Grab all 5 of them if you'd like.
I left the other 3 in the box.
Right, that's what I thought. All right, Randy, great job out there, man. It's never easy coming up here and doing it, especially competing against these guys. I know we always compete against ourselves, but you know what? You have to compete against that river out there. You had a good time, I'm hoping, and you know, you're always doing a good job with us.
Yeah, you know, yesterday I struggled really bad, so I made up my mind. I said, I'm not going to do anything the same as yesterday. Little did I know it was going to be really, really bad today, so... you know, I really don't know what happened. I wish I could say, actually I don't wish I could say I lost fish, but I didn't really lose any fish. I just never found anything. I was kind of struggling 1 minute and it continued the whole, you know, 9 hours each day. So never got anything figured out. And, you know, next time we come back, I'm going to regroup and try to figure it out. But, you know, days like today, sponsors make it real important. And, you know, I've got some great ones. Chicken Ranch Casino Resort, iRod, Phoenix Boats, Mercury Marine, River to Sea, Buddy and Platoni. You know, that's, if I'm forgetting any, Buck and Bass. And, you know, my number one is my wife at home. When I take off, she takes care of everything. So I'm very, very blessed to have her in my life. And, you know, looking forward to get home and visit and spending time with her, and thanks for all the support, family and friends, parents, everyone, so I appreciate it. And then one last thing, Anglers Paradise Marine in Modesto, if you have not been by there, I mean, take a visit over there. They got their tackle store like amazing, and they got everything that you need, all the good stuff. Like Ish said earlier, they got Phoenix, they got Vexus, they got Skeeter, so it's a one-stop, you know, you can get everything you need there.
All right, Randy, you know, we got Don Pedro coming up. You got the Chicken Ranch right here. They're one of our great sponsors, you know, helped with us for sure getting that one going. We love having them on board with us. You looking forward to Pedro?
I am, you know, hopefully I didn't use any luck here, so maybe I can bottle it up for the events at Pedro. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time. I know we're going there a couple of times. And the nice thing is it'll fish different each time, so it'll be fun, and just being that close. And then with Chicken Ranch Casino Resort, I mean, they're amazing, they're awesome, and I greatly appreciate them.
You know, they put us up here in Kennewick. We really appreciate that. But man, I can't wait to get back to those Chicken Ranch rooms and that great food they got down there too, man. But head off to the left right there, and we'll see you at Pedro. All right, our next angler coming out of Ione, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Jason Austin, everybody. All right, Jason, yesterday you had 8.16. You're going to need that bag to be about 28.35 because your 9 keepers overall for the weekend probably ain't going to do it. You had 2 today? You want to weigh it again? Okay, he's got 10.34 now. Let's weigh it one more time so he can get close to that 20. 10.34 right there is what he's going to drop, man. Reach in that bag. Hold up a couple fish real quick, Austin.
So I can get to 20 pounds.
All right, Jason, man, it got tough out there. I know that you dropped down at some point, made that one happen right there.
Yeah.
You know, as a true man of faith and everything, after you go out there, you put in the work, you put it into his hands, and you say, you know what? I needed some help out there. This was a tough tournament, but you know what? Tell us what happened out there, and then thank the people at home, man.
Yeah, I struggled. You know, I never really got on anything. Yesterday I had some mishaps, had a few fish come off, but so did everybody else. And they proved to be very key for me because I didn't have enough fish, didn't generate enough bites. So anyways, enough about that. It's a fun fishery. You can come out here and catch 100 fish, but I can't find the ones that are over 14 inches. I'd just like to say thanks to my family for all your support, my wife for putting up with this travel and all that, and then having to listen to me whine and cry about how I didn't catch no fish. So, hey, Mark, thank you to Mark for putting this show on, and all you BAM staff. You guys put on an amazing show. It's a lot of fun. If you're thinking about fishing the Pro-Ams, fish the Pro-Ams, qualify, and get in there in Super 60. It's a lot to be talking about.
All right, man. This one over here says you needed to adapt and overcome. So next time, put that into work. All right, buddy. Thank job out there, and we'll see you at our next event. Don Pedro is a calling. All right, our next angler coming out of Winters, California, Mr. Joe Mariani, everybody. All right, Joe, yesterday you had 1440. You had 32 keepers overall for the weekend. You're going to need that bag to be about 22 pounds if you want to move on to tomorrow. Did he make that push? He put a heck of a move on it. 1536. 1536. Be a little shy, though. Joe, you want to reach in there and grab a couple fish? All right, man. Great job out there, Joe. You know, it's never easy. You got to come make these long runs. You talked about it on the show. We talked about you were just going to go out there, kind of fish, and hope that things worked out for the best. You're going to be a little shy of making it championship Sunday. You know how to get there. What kind of happened out there? And thank the people at home, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot tougher than I expected this place. So, I mean, we caught all we could. We tried as hard as we could. The wind kind of blew today. So that was kind of it. And thanks to everyone that supports me. We're going to hit the road.
All right, Joe. Thank you very much, man. Always a pleasure seeing you up here. We'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler coming out of Jackson, California, Mr. Earl Dalton III. Not much, man. You went out there. Yesterday you caught 1131. You had 13 keepers overall for the weekend. We're going to need about 25 pounds to be in that bag. 1062 is what it's going to be. 1062. You want to hold up a couple of those real quick or no?
No.
And looking at his face, he said, nah, I'm good with this one. All right, man, you go out there, you swing for the fences, you got to put in a lot of work. All I can say is that, you know what, it's a tough fishery for some. Some that are cranking them out there, figuring it out. What happened out there for you to doing it today? And you know what, thank the people at home.
Yeah, just the wind just killed me. I had a area down in the basin there, and I couldn't get there. But 7 o'clock this morning, I was soaking wet head to toe. Thank you, Jake Arbuckle, for the sweater. I'll take that 15-minute penalty if I have to in the next event. I did not have my jersey on. I had a sweater on because I was soaked, literally dripping. But I'm just happy to be back here on dry land and catch a few fish that I had. Thank you so much to the Jackson Rancheria Casino. That's my tribe. That's my family. Thank you, Hannah, Nelson, everybody who travels with me, Mark, everybody at BAM. And, you know, there's those Pro-Ams out there. If you guys ever want to get scared, draw me. We'll go out there and get scared together. It's a good time out there. All right, then. Thank you.
Earl, you going to come up and fish up here next at the end of the month? You going to come fish that Pro-Am?
I'm going to try. I might have a baby by then.
You might have a what?
A granddaughter, another granddaughter.
I was going to say, all right, buddy. Good job. They will see you in our next one. All right, our next angler coming out of Discovery Bay, California, Mr. Logan Hutsey. Coming up here, Logan. All right, Logan, yesterday you had 14-16. You have 22 keepers. You're going to be a touch shy on that side. You need that bag to be about 22-35. He's going to have to push down on that scale a little bit harder. 12.95 today, man. You want to hold up a couple fish real quick? All right, Logan. Let's talk about this thing in just a little bit, and you know what? Thank the people at home.
Yeah, this place, it was pretty tough. Super windy today, which made it tougher on us, but it was fun. Thanks to my wife, my family, my friends, all you guys, and see you at the next one.
All right, man. Don Pedro, here we come. Logan, great job out there, man. All right, our next angler coming up from Roseville, California, Mr. Brian Smith, everybody. All right, Brian. 1588 yesterday, 23 keepers overall for the weekend. It's going to be a little shy on that side of it. But that 1588, if you add 2063 to that right now, you're going on till tomorrow. Oh, great push, man. It was close. 1893. I know, if he can just keep his hand on the scale. You can just blame Mike for this whole thing right now. All right, great job, Brent. All right, let's talk a little bit about what happened out there, and thank everybody at home.
Yeah, today I just put them in the boat. Simple as that. I found one school, caught most of my weight out of it, and just struggled the rest of the day. Once that sun gets up, they get pretty tough to catch. But I gotta thank my family at home, my wife, my son. I'm gonna try to make it home tonight. Probably won't, but I'll see them tomorrow. And then everybody who supports me. I was really glad to be in Skeeter today. That water was huge, but yeah, thanks BAM for putting this on. Thank you Tri-Cities. Hopefully we come back.
I hope we get to come back too. This was a great fishery right here. Always great having you up here, Brian. Another one of our great Super 60 anglers. Our next gentleman was leading this whole thing with 46 or 48. He kept saying 46. I'm saying 48 overall for keepers. He's out of Boise, Idaho. Let's bring him up here, Mr. Adam Deacon. All right, Adam, 1658 for weight yesterday. It says you have 56 keepers overall for the weekend. I'm pretty sure that's getting you into championship Sunday tomorrow. All you have to add, 1658, you're going to add 1319 to that. I don't think the weight's going to matter for you. 2977 wouldn't have made it. Reaching that bag, hold up a couple fish. He was definitely swinging for keepers, went out there and did it. 56 is the leader right now for sure. All right, Adam, I'll give you a couple seconds because you're going to be here tomorrow, man. You're going to have some stuff to say. Hopefully, everything changes tomorrow because it all goes back to zero. You got to go find 5 great big bass on the Columbia River. Do you think you got it?
Man, I did a lot of looking today, and I'll be honest, I didn't really find all that I was looking for. I found one area where I think that there's some solid ones. So we'll see what happens. Gonna just go enjoy the day tomorrow, catch as many and as big ones that I absolutely can, and enjoy another top 10.
All right, man. Great job out there. We will see you in the morning for sure. Amazing bass fisherman right there. Our next angler, he's coming out of Lake Elsinore, California, Mr. William Ponting. He's not. All right, William, yesterday you had 1480. You had 21 keepers overall. That's going to be a touch shy of what you need to make it on that side. 1480. We're going to add, we need about 21 pounds. We're going to add another 1435. Great consistency, man. Great job. You want to hold any of those up? Yeah. All right.
Save the best for last. Oh, yeah. Mayor Pasco.
Can I leave?
Yeah, get off my stage.
Thank you.
He's one of our greatest talkers ever. He keeps it going. Right now, out of Alameda, California, Mr. Zach Thompson, everybody. Zach had 12:05 yesterday on weight side. 10 keepers overall for the weekend. 24. Is that 46 needs to be in that bag? Man, if we change a few numbers, we're there, dude. I'm telling you. But 12-16 is going to get it. You want to hold those up? He says, that's right. We're going to hold some fish up, show you what I can do on the Columbia River. Great job, Zach. You know, you come up here, the Delta is your home water, you love fishing, that sort of thing. It's a river down there, right? Same thing. It should be just that easy. But what happened out there, man?
Yeah, I just never got on anything. Yesterday I scrounged up 5 fish, and today I switched it up and threw reaction in the wind and caught a bunch of fish, pile of fish, but they were just all 13 or smaller. No, so I caught 5, but I want to say thanks to people at home, Frank at DCL Propeller, my wife, my kids, my parents, St. Croix Rods, 7 Reels, St. Croix, Spear Point Hooks, and the Travel family, the Cloutiers, Bo Jodry and his family, Billy Hume and Cynthia. You know, we all make it a family when we're here too, so that's great. And I want to say thanks to BAM. You know, I used to love Columbia River, but not so much anymore.
You mean you're not going to be the mayor of this river out here?
No, I'm going to keep my seat at Frank's track, and I'm going to let somebody else have it up here. But no, it's a beautiful river. You know, it's just I couldn't figure it out, so I'm going to be heading home.
All right, buddy. Well, great job. It's always great seeing you. Always great having you up here, man. You do a great job. He's one of our greatest anglers we have on our Super 60 side. And then, everybody, there was one. That man right there. He's out of Vacaville, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Billy Hume. All right, Billy. You're the one capping this whole thing off. You're going to be the one to mix it all up and make this thing go. You had 13:30 yesterday. You need 23:21 today because the 14 fish that you've got for keepers ain't going to do it. And you just dropped 8:53 on the stage. Reach in and grab a couple of those out if you would, sir. Let's hold them up. It was a great job out there, Billy. You had it all ramped up. I had you ready to mix this whole thing up. But it's going to stay exactly where it's at.
It's got jokes, is what he's got.
There is a man to the left over there who's got the biggest smile I've ever seen on right now.
He got jokes,
I like it. Hey, I got to have lunch with your wife over here, and that was great. So, I don't care what you did out there.
Yeah.
She went out there and showed me some great stuff up there. Got to try some things. That was cool. Great to hang out with. But you know what, man? You go out here, you do some great fishing. It's a struggle on this body of water. But, tell us how you did it, what kind of happened, and then thank the people at home, man.
This week was fun. Yesterday I had a really good time. Probably caught 150 fish, just a lot of shorts. You catch them yesterday pretty much any way you wanted. A lot of Senko fish, a lot of chatterbait. Today, with that wind blowing, just everything was blown out where I wanted to fish. And I just scrambled and I just couldn't put it together.
Well, that's what happens when you go fishing. You can't quite get it done, right? But you know what? Who you got at home that's doing that thing? I mean, you brought your wife up here, so you got to thank her. She's right here.
Yeah. No, I always got to thank Cynthia. I mean, she takes care of us all. Me, Bo, Nick, Zach. She makes sure we're taken care of for the whole week. My mom and dad back at home. My brother, Tommy Rice, he's watching, he's following. Thanks, Tom. Yeah. Looking forward to getting home.
All right, Billy, great job out there. But you know what? All I got for you is a left-hand stage exit. Great job, buddy. We'll see you at the next one. Bye, Pedro, here it comes. I'll look to my right. That's right, that was the last angler we have. It is set. I don't know what it's going to be yet because my screen only shows a little bit and I don't want to give away if anybody or any of those numbers change. So make sure you go to bamtrail.com. Check out the standings for tomorrow. Check out, we'll put it all up there. We'll see who made it. I know there's a couple of them for sure. Adam Deacon, Justin Campbell, I guarantee you they will be there. They are leading this thing with 42.67 and 56 keepers overall. Everybody, we thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here in Washington. Come back tomorrow. We will crown a champion right here on the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail.